Hello everyone, we want to introduce you to our new Minty Laminator and hot foil applicator. With it, you'll be able to add foil designs to your projects and laminate all kinds of documents, papers or cardstock. Along with the machine, you'll find the instructions, this carrier folder used to pass materials through the laminator, some sheets of gold and silver foil, 2 hot laminating pouches and some printed cards to create your first projects. Once the machine is plugged in, to turn it on, press the power button located on the back. On the top, we find the temperature control buttons. Depending on the work we want to do, we'll select one or the other. Temperature 1 is for working with 160 micron laminating pouches. We'll use temperature 2 to apply foil. Temperature 3 is for laminating with 250 micron pouches. And cold is for doing cold laminations. For the first example, we are going to apply foil, so we select temperature 2. When the light stops flashing, it means it has reached the temperature and is ready to use. To apply hot foil with the laminator, the design must be printed with toner ink, that is, with a laser printer. An inkjet printer would not work. If you don't have one at home, you can always take your design to a copy shop. The more ink the print has, the better the result when applying foil, which is why it's always best to print in the highest quality. The paper is also important. If it has a slightly satin finish, more ink will remain on the surface, and the foil application will be more even and perfect. Foil is a very thin material and doesn't cut well with conventional scissors or cutters. We recommend cutting it with a rotary cutter. We place the foil sheet over the design, stretch out without wrinkles, making sure the entire print is covered with the foil. When passing it through the machine, the heat melts the ink, allowing the foil to adhere to the design. That's why if there's any ink left uncovered by the foil, it will melt and stick to our carrier folder. With the machine ready, we insert the folder through the input slot, making sure it's straight to avoid jams. And from the folded side, we push it in a little and let go when the rollers start pulling it in. We must leave at least 30 centimeters of free space at the back so the folder can exit without problems. In case of a jam, on the back we find the release button, which changes the direction of the rollers and allows us to pull the folder out from the front. When the machine ejects the folder, we let it cool a little. After 1 or 2 minutes, we take out our design. Remove the foil sheet and see the result. Another thing we can do with our Minty Laminator is laminate documents, cards, and anything that can pass through the rollers. For this, we need specific plastic pouches for laminating. With heat, the inner sides stick together and we get the lamination. These pouches are measured in microns. The most common ones are 80 microns each side, or 160 in total. For these, we'll use temperature 1. If we use 250, 125 each side, we'll select temperature 3. The pouch could be passed directly through the laminator, but we'll get a better result if we use the carrier folder. Simply place the document inside. We can even put several in to make the most of the material. We select temperature 1 and when it stops flashing, it will be ready to use. And now we proceed the same way as in the first example, placing the folder straight and from the folded side. We wait until it completely comes out the other side, without pulling the folder. Once laminated, our document will be resistant and waterproof. We can cut it to the desired size. And finally, we have the cold option. In this function, the machine doesn't increase the temperature, it only uses the movement of the rollers. This will be very useful if we want to laminate a sheet with adhesive paper, since the rollers will help avoid bubbles. In this case, we have printed some designs on a sheet and have a transparent adhesive film. We select the cold temperature. We remove the protective top layer on the adhesive film and stick it onto the sheet. Now, without needing the carrier folder, we insert it into the slot and, as the machine pulls it in, we gently pull off the protective paper. Thanks to this function, we can laminate quickly and ensure no bubbles are left. Our Minty Laminator is a very versatile tool that allows us to do different functions, which we can use separately or combine in the same project. For example, we can apply foil and then laminate. We're excited to know what you think and what projects you'd use it for. We'll read you in the comments. See you in the next video.